Hello, everyone, and welcome back to HAIR-STEIC Africa podcast, where we share stories and conversation about how Africans shape their future through engineering, innovation, and leadership. My name is Marlene, the communication specialist at HAIR-STEIC Africa, and I'll be your host today. In our last episodes, we introduced HAIR-STEIC Africa and also shared the story behind it, creation. And also after, we dived deeper into HAIR-STEIC Pathway, where we introduced or shared the innovative model that have been created by engineer Kazawadi Papias Dedeke. And today, we are going to talk about how that framework is going to come to life. And also, we shall see how it can impact or will impact the young people. And after, we are going to see what young people can do to prepare themselves. To help us unpack all of that, we are joined by the person who has been deeply involved in shaping or driving the mission of HAIR-STEIC Africa. Mr. Haguma Jean-Claude, the program coordinator at HAIR-STEIC Africa. Mr. Haguma, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Let's start straight. Now that we've introduced the HAIR-STEIC pathway to the public, many people are asking what are the next steps for HAIR-STEIC Africa in bringing this model into real programs and activities. Can you walk us through how this framework will start performing or transforming into actual trainings, partnership, and opportunities for young people?
Okay. Thank you very much for having me, and it's a really immense pleasure me being part of a transformative organization like HAIR-STEIC Africa, and thanks also to Engineer Kazawadi for conceiving this great vision where we need to make sure that the young people have the right skills to move the country's vision and as well our continent. And I think we also remember that TASKS is an acronym that stands for talent, attitude, skills, knowledge, and style. So the name itself carries the meaning of what TASKS Africa has been doing. And more specifically, looking into the HAIR-STEIC model, it's a game-changing approach of training not only young people, but also any professional in diverse fields, specifically engineering, science, and technology, to make sure that they really understand how their careers or their specific fields connects with the other aspects of the environment. Now, HAIR-STEIC as a model, its unique way of nurturing talents, it is based on these three main aspects. Our observation and recent study has shown that most of the graduates lack professional or adequate career guidance. Most of them, they just join universities having no clue about where does this program or this path going to take me. And just because I have good grades in mathematics and physics, and then I'm given civil engineering, but in mind, I had a different thing. So the HAIR-STEIC pathway has a career guidance aspect embedded within, because you might be graduating as a civil engineer, having a degree in civil engineering, but initially you had interest in transport-related things. You know, there is a general understanding that civil engineers, they only deal with construction of houses and buildings, but roads, bridges, and dams, that's also part of civil structures. So you might be a civil engineer academically, but still interested in transportation, still interested in mobility related things. So HAIR-STEIC Pathway is designed in a way that it gives you a clear vision, like about why you need to do this and how best you can do it to make sure that it fits into the needs of the society. So now, after the conception of the model itself, as we've seen that it has 9 components, and each component reflects, there are 5 components, the stake, and there is also the hair component that goes with strategic thinking and innovative approaches. So it begins basically with having a helicopter view, a broader context of what you're studying or what you're doing, and having the capacity to analyze the data and interconnection of the systems and structures, both locally, regionally, and even globally. And after having that, you might be able now to conceive how best can we optimize the existing things, or how can we create other new things to make sure that the systems get more optimized and more efficient. So it is through that pathway we have started designing programs in 3 different categories. We have the PDPs, PCPs, and tailor-made. I'll explain that. PDP stands for professional development programs, and it is mainly made for those who are just graduates and have they are still trying to find where they can get like an entry point in their career journey. So they want basically, from where should I start from? And after there is a PCP, you might be a practicing professional. Let's say you are a mechanical engineer. You have just graduated in 2005, and you've been on the market for over 20 years. And there is this trend of EVs and, the green circular economy things. And you might not have clue about electrical mobility and so on. It's just simply by keeping yourself relevant to the needs of the market and the dynamics of the world of business. So this specific program, the PCP programs, are designed for those who are already practicing engineers who needs to get new skills to remain relevant to the market, but also to comply with the CPD credits for the renewal of their practicing license. Yeah, actually, we also have a tailor-made programs. These are programs that are specifically customized to the needs of a particular organization. Let's say you are recruiting engineers, but you want the engineers or your staff to understand how the tasks assigned to every individual helps to move forward the overall vision of the organization. That's the helicopter view. And you also need to equip them with the capacity to analyze critically and make data-driven decisions. So with the HAIR-STEIC model, we can be delivering such kind of programs to make sure that we get businesses optimized, and we get organization staff more productive, we boost morale, and as well, we help the practicing professionals advance their careers. Thank you.
Oh, that's really great. If I got it well, so that depending on how the programs are designed, I can understand that everyone is included, as there are really 3 types: the PCP, PDP, and the tailor-made. And I can't wait to see how people will start registering from those different programs, so that to get the knowledge and the skills needed. And now let's dive into the second question. As the HAIR-STEIC become part of the future training programs, young people want to know what they will gain from it. So the question is, what skills, mindset shifts, or opportunities will young people develop once HAIR-STEIC is fully implemented in TAS Africa's program?
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you very much. These programs carries a lot of skills and opportunities. Let me begin with the skills. There is what we call system thinking. Like most people, most practicing engineers or even those who are just graduated, they might be very good, but as individuals. But you only become better when you can connect what you're doing with what others are doing, because we all serve the same community or the same human beings. So number one skills is first to align their skills and their competencies and their qualities and knowledge and innovations and imaginations with the needs and aspirations of the society. And they also need to understand that we can't keep on sitting down and claim, we need jobs, we need jobs, we need jobs. A job or anything that can give you survival income, it's something that creates value to others or addresses their problems. So most of the education systems are designed in a way they train people like, if you get a degree, then you're going to be hired and someone will be paying you monthly. But they are not equipped with this kind of mindset that you only get money when you have something exchangeable that gives an equivalent value of that money. For instance, if you're a civil engineer, no one pays you for having that degree. They only pay you for building good houses or building nice roads. So the skills they need first to have is about, like, what are the employability skills that I need to have? Number two, the analytical capacity. Because one of the global trends, as you can see from even the industrialization policy, it's a public document for the Ministry of Commerce and from the website of the Ministry of Commerce. You can see, like, one of the global trends around is the fourth industrial revolution, which has some disruptive technologies. We're having AI, we're having IoT, we're having big data, robotics, 3D printing and modeling, cloud computing. So keeping yourself relevant to those dynamics, it's also what HAIR-STEIC brings for those young people, because we're not going to be dealing with the hard skills more than how we used to equip people with the cognitive capacity, the design thinking, and the creative kind of mindset. Because AI can optimize what you do, can make you more efficient, but cannot think for you. So for us to be able to cope with this kind of AI trend and AOT and automated industrial processes, we need to be able to think critically, analyze data, and get the best outcomes out of the resources we have, so that we can have now the AI and robotics doing the job, but understanding what we really need. So that's one of the skills. That mindset, I think I also mentioned about the mindset, because people need to think that a job is created out of a problem you're solving. Otherwise, if you're not solving any problem, then you're just a good student who just got degrees, but the skills you have are not really serving to the needs of the people. The opportunities now it's aligning our skills, our competences, and our potentials with the development priorities of our communities. Because, politics drives everything. Let's say if we say like we have Vision 2050. Basically, Vision 2050 for Rwanda is simply designed on the mentality of the Rwanda we want. And the Rwanda we want is not for these people who are almost in their 60s and 80s. They won't be part of the workforce by then. But the young people for now, they are going to be the seniors of that time. And HAIR-STEIC gives them the potential and the capacity to tap in the needs and the priorities of the Vision 2050. For instance, when we say Rwanda will be a middle income economy, that has a lot to do with industrialization. And industrialization goes with the skills, doesn't leave behind STEAM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. That goes with the research. Research doesn't skip data, and data goes with analysis. And that's one component of HAIR-STEIC. And another point are the opportunities within HAIR-STEIC. Rwanda's Vision 2050, it's not a standalone policy. It fetches from the AU Agenda 2063, which has other broader continental development priorities. And the overall source is the UN SDGs. You will allow me to tell you a short story. I once met a student who was studying from one of the countries in EAC. And I asked them, like, why did you choose this specific program? And she said, this program is the one that could get me easily hired after graduation from that same country. And I told her, like, but for you, you are not, a fixed structure from that same country because we are already talking from a different country. So now, having that mobility for you to be able to secure a good job here, or maybe in Kenya or South Africa, even outside the continent, Europe and anywhere else, is having the skills that are relevant and that feeds into the needs and the development priorities and future projections of the global community. That's what the helicopter view equips you with. It goes beyond having visited the hydropower in Rwanda when we were doing electrical engineering in a Rwandan university. But in Rwanda, we don't have a geothermal power plant. But having the understanding that how geothermal power plants can work, having the capacity to simulate them in machines and so on, it can make you be able to go in another country where they can even hire you for working on that same particular project. So having this global perspective and bigger picture analysis gives you the capacity to be employable in different aspects and different parts of the globe, because today, due to the technology, the world is getting smaller and smaller. So you can sit here and work for a company in the US. So it's up to you to understand what are the skills that are in high demand in the US, and you tap into their market and you join and you make a living. That's it. Thank you.
Well, I hope young people will learn to have such mindsets, like to not get limited on the job opportunities that are in their country or a certain region, and they will start thinking bigger and get innovative, and also consider expanding and working in other environments rather than the environment they live in. So, for all young people listening today, some are asking themselves how they can position themselves early. Like, how can young people start preparing themselves? now so that they are ready to benefit when TAS Africa launches its first program? How can they start preparing themselves? Because many people or many young people have been wondering what can we do, what steps to take. Could you please tell us?
Okay, thank you very much. Tasks Africa is nurturing talents, but also developing professional competencies for even those who are already in their professional careers. So I'm going to answer this question, but to make it inclusive, not only for the young people only. Remember, I told you that we have the PDP category for the university graduates. We have the PCP for the practicing professionals, and we have the tailor-made category for organizations who want to equip with their staffs with, and they improve their productivity and competence. So all these three categories can prepare themselves in a way that there is a saying that information is the gold of this century, if I can call it like that. Like when you don't have information, you can't cope with the trends and the changes because you need to know what is going on there, and you get yourself ready of what is coming next. So I would like to tell the young people who will be watching this podcast, they are first of all privileged to have this information at their hand, because making good use of it, following the platforms of Tasks Africa, and making sure that you always get updates from what Tasks Africa is doing. And as we are getting the training manuals ready and getting the programs well accredited and everything well documented, we're soon launching our programs, and I believe those who will keep in touch will get first the information and the opportunity to benefit from it. And number two is also to define your why. Like, why am I doing this? Why do I need to join Tasks Africa? Otherwise, as I told you, Tasks Africa is there to facilitate young people develop professional competencies, but it begins with the right mindset. That same individual who knows that I like something, and that same thing can be achieved by being part of these programs. Because for the moment we have 12 programs under the PDP and PCP categories, and we have even the right professionals to design the tailor-made programs at the moment. And because the tailor-made programs are designed based on the needs of a specific organization. So very soon we are launching, and preparation means staying in touch simply. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you so much, Mr. Haguma, for your insight and also for informing us all the preparation ahead.
Thank you very much for having me today.
You are welcome. To everyone listening this episode, please stay connected with TAS Africa so that you can get more insights or get inspired or even know all the programs ahead, like the programs that are coming or other stories that we'll be sharing to you. I am Marlene, and this has been the TAS Africa podcast.